legendary Chef Greg with Sabor with
Hey,
Love. Hi.
Awesome,
hello
awesome.
everyone. Hello, Ellie.
How are you? Hey,
Good.
Ellie, what's going on? Oh, yeah.
So, of course, we saw Chef Greg on earlier doing his thing, making everybody hungry.
There you go.
Throwing down. I love ceviche.
Yeah. So, Christina, of course, we go way back, so I do know a lot about your organization. But for those that don't know, you are being honored with Bombalive's Community Service Award for your
Mhm.
work with Love Shouldn't Hurt. Congratulations. I'm
Thank
super
you.
proud of you. What has Love Shouldn't Hurt? What has this campaign meant to you?
It's been tremendous. For those who do not know, Love Shouldn't Hurt is an organization that I formed because unfortunately I lived in a relationship of domestic violence for 6 years that nearly took my life. I was silent for a very long time, and then unfortunately I lost a really good friend a year and a half ago. Her husband killed her, and it kind of just gave me the push that I needed to finally come out of the darkness, because I'm Boricua, we're Latina, and our culture, it's like lo que pasa en la casa, se queda en la casa. So, because of that, unfortunately, too many people, Latinos, African Americans in our culture, we stay quiet about domestic violence. We don't talk about it.
Mhm.
So with her death, it kind of was just an open door for me to finally say, you know what, wake up, mama. There's people out there who know you, and maybe if you say something and you open your mouth, your story can save someone. So I always say when we go out to schools and we talk, and whenever we do our documentary showings, I let people know, I'm finally shedding light on this horrible thing that a lot of people just don't like talking about, because you know what? It's an important topic, whether we want to stay quiet about it or not. It's truly, truly an important topic. So what have I gotten out of it? An abundance of love and support that I was just terrified wouldn't come. I was really worried that my family would be ashamed and just upset that I was doing this. And on the contrary, I have been just given so much support by so many people near and far, thousands of people. A small documentary turned into an entire organization now where we help women get out of domestic violence situations. And, we kind of just teach people about self-respect, self-worth, and just being in positive relationships and knowing the signs and how to get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that is, you know what's crazy? I was just wondering really quickly if you could speak on maybe some signs for people, because I know I've known you a very long time, and I did not know this was something you were going through. So, is there something, that people could possibly see?
Well, a lot of people ask me that I see signs from the beginning, right? So when you're first in a relationship, it's like that honeymoon phase. So everything seems beautiful, color de rosa. It's like, no, he loves me. But little things like, who you calling? Who you talking to at this time? Or if you go out, it's like, well, who you getting cute for? And you can't just be going out just to be cute for you. Why you
Mm,
look like that? And also just kind of, it's not just those things. Like there's other things that people tell me, like even now, my friends and certain people will go through certain situations and they're like, I'm not in a domestic violence relationship, no me trata mal. But
mhm.
then they don't realize that things like them calling your friends whores and saying you can't be with those people is not offensive. They don't realize when they tell you, you're lucky I'm with you, so play your part, are not offensive. They say, oh, that's just him being jealous. But it's
Mhm.
not, they're all red flags that we need to see. His favorite line to me was play your part as long as I come home to you. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of red signs. I mean, red flags everywhere. And sometimes we don't see it because we don't want to. We're so lost in the moment of, oh, I love him. And they don't realize that he's toxic. The things that
Yeah.
he's saying to you are just toxic. Even your weight. Like, we're with men who I think I'm beautiful the way that I am, but they tell you, no, you can lose weight and you're not in shape. Those are all things that kind of just have a lasting effect. Listen, the bruises can leave you marks, pero después they go away. Pero la cosa que te dicen mental, that stays with you forever.
Yeah. And it's something to always have to work through, for the remainder of your life almost, you
Right.
know. And one thing about Chrissy, that, everyone knows, you have such an upbeat, fun loving personality, but you work in a field that, can be strenuous, pretty heavy. You've been doing so much behind the scenes for Boomba Live. So I always see you having so much fun with Ellie on his live, for
I love
enjoying
him.
his comedy, of course, with Chef Greg. And I always think, like, for women that work hard and stuff, you need some laughter and some good food. So y'all are a great duo.
They sure are, because let me tell you, la gordura is something I've been fighting off because I be la comida, Jesus Lord. I mean, I've always been a wannabe comedian. So, when Ellie's on screen, I think I'm funny too, but he's funnier than me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's shaking his head. He's probably like, whatever.
If I can interject,
Yeah.
I just want to add to that because when I was a prosecutor, domestic violence cases were always very difficult to prosecute because the victim would always decline prosecution, right? So as prosecutors, it was very frustrating because you could have a solid case. Like I had a case one time where the boyfriend was so mad at his girlfriend that he went into her place of work. It was a Burger King, and he broke in through the back, went into the kitchen, and beat her up, right? And then left. Wow. So I thought, I mean, you got to lock this guy up. Period. No, but oh my God, we were going through some issues. And as a prosecutor, I didn't play. I was like, you could visit him in jail if you want, but I'm locking him up. No, my God, but he's gonna lose his job. He should be a lot more than his job. No, please, oh my God, I declined to prosecute. I'm not gonna show up. You're not gonna show up to court? I'm not gonna show up. I said, okay, you're not gonna show up. So the defense attorney, of course, is like, I won, right? Your victim's not gonna come in and testify. I win. You gotta drop the case. Nope. So I subpoenaed the manager that was on shift, the cashier that was on shift, the guy doing the fries, and I had them testify as to what they saw. And they convicted him. And they convicted him. And he was guilty without the victim. In other words, sometimes you have to ignore the wishes of the victim.
Right.
If the abuse is obvious, and you don't want to participate in the prosecution of somebody who should be convicted, then you know what? Stay home. I don't need you. Because I'm gonna do this on my own. And that's I've always held steadfast to that. I think men who abuse their women are cowards, and I got no time for them. Now, si ella quiere comer y come mucho, it's to be like, maybe you shouldn't eat that cupcake, right? I always say, I'm just saying, ya te comiste dos, right? I'm just thinking, I'm not trying to impose my will. I'm just saying. Maybe we.
See,
that's different. Presentation is everything. So if you present it to me that way, yo sé, es con respeto.
Cupcakes and all of that, that's Chef Greg's fault.
That's my fault. I got you.
Chef Greg, I got a few questions for you, okay? I've been dying to ask a Puerto Rican chef que wears a Puerto Rican hat, got cuatros in the background, got a flag. You represent, okay. Okay, here we go. Ready? Pastelillo de guayaba, ¿con queso o sin queso?
Sin queso.
Thank you. Oh my God, where the church
sin queso.
When they put queso in that, yo me pongo tan malo. I don't why are you putting queso, man? I said guayaba. I don't need queso. You know what? Use that space and put more guayaba. Okay.
That's it.
Pasteles. ¿Con ketchup o sin ketchup?
Con ketchup.
This is my man, yo.
We love you. We know.
I'm booking you.
There you go, I'm telling you.
Last question. This is not the hard. Arroz con gandules. How much gandules do you put in the arroz? What's the proportion?
You want to make sure you see gandules in your arroz. So you want, every time you grab a fork, you want to have 4 or 5 gandules on that fork.
Ooh.
4 or 5 y cuidado. I mean, let's.
Y cuidado. That's being a little bit, that's what I'm saying.
Because I had a friend of mine whose wife, she put so many gandules that it was like, it wasn't even arroz con gandules. It was like gandules con arroz.
Arroz. There you go. That's what she made.
It was all gandules, and I'm like, yo, I swear, is there? I saw rice, pero it's a spoon. Gandule. I don't even. It's supposed to be the decoración. Why are you feeding me?
Lo que pasa también que todas las recetas, all these original recipes from Puerto Rico, from coquito, pasteles, alcapurria, the new generation been fusing with so many ingredients and trying to come up with something where they hit it. They're just putting anything in anything, you know. Yo mismo, en mi página, yo hago bacalaíto, and there's people that don't eat fish, so I do with chicken.
Oh.
My page, I did a pastel, the traditional pastel. I did it in a tray.
I saw
And
that.
that's what blew up my page, because I did that because we're used to doing caterings, and when you do caterings for 2,000 people, if you got el bill 2,000 pasteles a la hora de abrir pasteles, you need 12 people opening up pasteles so you can feed everybody. With the tray, you do an ice cream scoop, you cut in little squares, serve it, and you're done with it. And you know, when I first posted that video, there was the old school people. Oh, they wanted to kill me. They're like, "What? No, eso es una abominación. ¿Por qué tú haces eso?" I'm like, okay. I'm still doing my wrap pasteles. I still got them in a cordon with the paper, you know.
Papa. Black, delete, unfollow. Sorry. Because listen, I did a video, Coquito 101, right?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Papa, but it's for entertainment purposes, okay? Right? You know how many people call, mira, ese metió el dedo, ese se chupó el dedo, y metió el dedo otra vez. ¡Qué asco! Yo, relax. Yo, ese echó huevo, that's not Coquito, that's ponche.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Pero cállate la boca. So I said, why don't you make a video, right? And yo lo critico. Can we do that? Oh, you're not gonna do a video? Pues cállate la boca.
So that's why when I do my videos, I try to explain, because in the beginning when I first started doing this, when I was doing this, I was like, what's wrong with people? I'm taking out of my time to do these videos para enseñarle, para que aprendan. Y están ahí martillando a uno. Y yo dije, hold on a second. So every time I do a video, I say, I'm doing this is Sabor with Love style. This is my recipe. If you have a recipe, do your recipe and show it to me. And, you know, we can share recipes. That's fine. But I had people that were like, "Oh my God, I'm telling you, they were on top of it."
Somebody, especially on the comments. There's always somebody that wants to critique and say something.
You know, in the beginning, I used to get a little upset, naturally being Puerto Rican. But now my followers chew up them people. They chew them up. They take care of them. So I just go back and enjoy. I just go back and enjoy the comment. I'm like, yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for being funny, you know.
That's gonna be me when somebody attacks you. I'm gonna be there like, oh, yeah, that's gonna be me, bro. Yo peleo. See, because as Puerto Ricans, it's not like that we get hurt. It's just that nosotros no nos quedamos down. You know what I'm saying? Like, pues, you know, yo te voy a dar más duro. And then cuando yo te mira esto, you can't take criticism. It's not that. I'm just saying, tú me puedes dar, pero with the understanding que yo te voy a dar para atrás. I mean, you know, let's play. Pero si tú me quieres dar y tú quieres que yo haga, que yo esté así, tampoco, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? We're Puerto Rican. We're going to be like, okay, my turn, right? Oh, mira he doesn't know how to take constructive criticism. So I go, okay, you know what? Delete, black, unfollow, out of my life. Okay.
Yes, definitely. You don't even gotta see it.
And then run away. You know what I mean?
Ain't even gotta see it. Chef Greg, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on to Bombalive Prime Time.
It's awesome. Thank you for having me. And I've been trying to get together with Eli before this whole COVID thing, because I know he cooks. So I want to do a recipe and do a little collaboration. So probably after all this is over, we could hook up and do something for all you guys out there watching.
Yes.
What's your
we would love to see it.
So I can follow you.
My Instagram, my Facebook, and YouTube is the same. Sabor with Love.
Yes, we would love to see it. Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the honor. I was just appreciative of just being here with you guys.